Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your mid-September 2015 monthly tarot horoscopes. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Aries. And I'm back using my regular Shadowscapes deck by Stephanie Puy-Moonlaw. And I'm going to be continuing using this deck for a while until I get a new deck, which will probably happen sometime in the winter time. But I'll still continue to use this. Don't panic. You guys really like this deck. So yeah, I laid out a spread already for you guys. I did shuffle, but I had to pause my computer, so I laid out the spread. And one of the first things I noticed was there's a lot of Pisces Aries combinations. And some of you are in relationships with water signs. So it might be Aries Cancer, Aries Scorpio, or Aries Pisces. You definitely have this player dude in the recent past. Okay. This is the number one player in the deck. And he oftentimes is a water sign. So that's why I say that. But also because you have the King of Pentacles as the foundation. And this is you Aries guys, okay? And the King of Pentacles is having the Midas touch, having a nest egg, having a good savings, having strong financial foundation. So I want to say this is probably one of the best placements for this card as a foundation financially for you, Aries. So I want to tell you, even if you're struggling right now financially, I don't feel like you're going to be in the future. To have this as the foundation, it doesn't even matter like what comes. Like you could be like poor tomorrow, but because you have this as the foundation, it's insignificant. So and I know like Aries finances kind of sometimes come and go in big chunks, like they can be really like on a high. They could have, really like a ton of money, and then suddenly something will happen and they don't have anything. But I don't feel like that's happening for you for at least September anyways. So yeah, really good foundation. And also, this is the Mr. Right card, okay? So some of you really are looking for Mr. Right. It may have been, if you're single and you're Aries female, it may have been that you dated either an Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Capricorn, or Taurus, or Virgo, or Aquarius in the distant past. I know that's a lot of signs, but the King of Pentacles comes up as a lot of those signs, okay? Or you dated, or you are continuing to date a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in the past. So yeah, going back to the King of Pentacles foundation being a really awesome card, focus is on finding Mr. Right. For a lot of you who are single, that's your main focus. And or getting to this point where you have a nest egg. Maybe you're saving. Maybe you're older and you're trying to save for retirement, or you have saved for retirement and you have a nest egg. This could be you. If you're a younger Aries male, I feel like you have a very solid foundation. You have a really good job, and I don't feel like you're struggling for money. I feel like your challenge is more for Aries in general, males and females. I feel like your challenge more this month is relationships. It's not finances. Some of you have, you may have some ongoing financial difficulties, but primarily, I feel like your relationship challenge is the main focus, okay? So and it may be an Aries combination for some of you. If you're gay, you could be Aries male having dated another Aries male, or Sagittarius, Leo, like I said, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or Aquarius male, and then dated this Pisces guy or this Cancer or Scorpio guy, okay? and because you have the King of Wands in the outcome, there's a lot of people here. I feel like if you're gay, you have these guys. Okay, you may be dating around. If you're not gay, and you're an Aries female, it could just be that. This is just a very financially really good time for you, I want to say. Really good financial time. Or has been. And so relationship-wise, okay, so this is where it kind of gets good. In the heart of everything, you've got two very different cards. You have the Eight of Cups in reverse, which is my favorite card, okay, which is a beautiful card. Doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. It's my own card, okay? I made the card about, kind of the ascending, really. Getting to the next level of in your ascension process, in your spirituality, spiritual growth. It's about a lot of things, but I wrote, traveling through many places and galaxies to go home, to find a real home and people who really love you. Love, peace, and beauty, divine wisdom, ascension, life after death, completion, perfection, and harmony. So this is a very middle of September. Going forward, it may have been in the beginning of September where you're completing some karma, okay? Because this is a journey. You may have gone on a journey. You may have gone home. Some of you may have traveling a lot, and I feel like you're going to be traveling again in the future. I'm getting a tingle on that because you got the Seven of Cups. This is also the moving card, and or buying or selling a house, planning, because she's pointing at this pie in the sky there, dreaming big in the immediate future. So middle of September, this is what's kind of going on for you, and this is a really positive thing. You're learning a lot of lessons, and you're ascending, and you're on your way to finding where home is, and you're completing karma. This is the completing karma card. So if you have felt like it's been like one thing after another, boom, 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 the shit hits the fan, this is you completing karma, okay? But also, this is being in a very harmonious kind of state, where it's like a state of bliss almost, where things are really peaceful and I want to say divine and harmonious. So it's really great. You may have been feeling this way the beginning of September, but I feel like this is the mid-September vibe. Okay, that's the plan. That's what's kind of going on with you. But the challenge here is your relationships. Okay, because you have the Two of Swords, which is crossing the Eight of Cups in reverse. So it's sort of weird, because it's like, on the one hand, you're ascending and you're like learning all these things, and you're coming into your divine power, and you're understanding your own divinity, and things are harmonious and good. But at the same time, you've got this person in your life who either there's a disconnect from, you don't agree, you're arguing, this is the bloody wanker card, or also known as the asshole, which is someone who's just rejecting you, not calling you. Maybe you're going through a period of time where you and your partner, or you and your spouse are not on the same page. This is major disagreement. And this is where a guy kind of cuts off a girl, okay? If you've been given the axe by a guy called Axe, this is the card, where, and you know what I'm talking about, where you don't ever hear from him again, okay? He says, okay, I don't want to talk to you, or blah, 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 and then that's it, and you can't get through, okay? This is not being able to get through because you see the potential in the relationship, but the other person doesn't, okay? This is where guys don't ever really see potential in a relationship. They see on paper, okay, this is what is there. And it matches exactly what you're looking for. It's almost like, okay, it's almost like this. You know, they say, you know, at, on the unemployment office, you go down there and you take a class on applying to jobs, okay? What they say is, if you see, okay, skills wanted, these skills, so da 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 da, you've got to just match it exactly on your resume or on your cover letter. You got to match it word for word. That's a guy. You got to, if he has it in his head on his, wanted ad, okay, tall, brunette, bodacious, blah, 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 smart, funny, pretty, blah, 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 okay? And then you've got to be tall, brunette, and bodacious, and smart, funny, and pretty. Or else it's not going to be, it's not going to be what he wants in his head, okay? Whereas a girl doesn't care what a guy is on the paper. I mean, yeah, some people do, but not really most of the time. Most of the time, girls will take a guy that treats them terribly, or they, aren't up to any kind of standard at all, because the guy gives them attention, okay? Which is completely different. So the guy sees it like on paper. It has to match exactly. And the girl has basically, most girls have very, very low standards. This is what I'm discovering anyways. Some girls have standards. I'm not saying everybody does. And Aries has more standards than some, okay? Than most, I should say. But the problem is that you see the potential in someone, okay, to have a relationship. But the guy doesn't see, you're not what he wants on the paper, okay? On paper, it doesn't match what he's looking for. So you applying for the job of the relationship, you're not going to get it, because he doesn't see it, and he's not going to see it. And no matter how much sex you have with him, or changing of his mind, discussing it, it'll never work, because he doesn't see it. He never will. So, and this is just a crucial point here, because this is kind of the definition of what I call recycling. You got to be careful here, Aries. Taking something that isn't working and trying to fix it up into something that will work, okay? And there's also some deception involved. There's some kind of deception, because you have the Moon card, and she's kind of going, should I hold out my heart or should I not? Should I wear the mask? And because these two cards are touching, this guy, there's some element with this guy where there's some deception. You don't know the whole truth. You don't know the whole story. A lot of times, the bloody wanker has another wife or another girlfriend someplace else in Timbuktu, and that you don't know about, okay? So, or there's some cheating going on. So, all I'm going to say here, Aries, is that if you see the potential in the guy, and he doesn't see it, maybe you haven't heard from him for a while, or whatever the case may be, you gotta move on. You just gotta, okay? It just has to happen, because he's not gonna see it. He is moving on, okay? And so to answer your question, is he coming back? The answer is no. He is moving on, okay? You see this? He's on his car, this worm thing there, and he's driving off into the future, driving off into the distance, okay? I also feel that this represents you moving on, your need to move on, okay? That's the message from the universe. You also need to stop and smell the roses, realize it's the journey, not the destination, and enjoy your life. It's almost like you've got maybe too much of a tunnel focus, tunnel vision. Some people, you're looking for Mr. Right, but you have certain ideas about what you want as well, okay? And maybe you just want this bloody wanker guy, but the bloody wanker guy isn't the right guy for you. And also, you may have limited your options as far as dating, because maybe you want a guy with a certain eye color, or it's just limiting. You're limiting yourself. You don't want to limit yourself. You also need to slow down when you're driving. Okay, this is the car, because Mercury is going into retrograde. This is really, really crucial. Okay, slow down. Okay, slow down. This is not paying attention. This is not paying attention to signs. This is not paying attention to what's around you. You need to pay attention to what's around you. Really understand the other people. There's a line, and it was so funny. I was just thinking about it this morning in the shower. There's a line from Anne of Green Gables, and I always quote Anne of Green Gables, as you guys always probably know. But anyways, in Anne of Green Gables, she says, in order to play the game, you have to understand the players. So that's kind of my words to you is, kind of get to know, understand what's going on around you, understand the people that are involved in your life better than maybe you think you do. Okay, because I feel like there is some deception involved, and there is, especially on the part of this guy. Okay. And I do feel like there's a lot of characters, Aries, you got a lot of characters here in your life. There's a lot of people around you in this play, okay, in the play of your life. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 different main characters, and they're all guys. So either you're an Aries guy and you're sleeping with a lot of guys, or you've been in relationships with guys, or you're an Aries female and you're dating a lot. There's a lot, or you just have a lot of people around you. You may have, kids, and some of these guys may be your kids. You may have a son that's a water sign, and then you have another son that's, you have 2 sons that are fire signs, and then maybe you have 2 more sons that are earth signs, or some kind of combination. Message me if you have a lot of kids, Aries. I feel like some of you have a lot of kids. That's what I want to say. And this is like, these are the people that are around you, and you're watching this. And so the card in the position of emotions is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is a guy who has a wandering eye. Okay? Not always. Or you're keeping your eye on someone. So Aries guys, you've got your eye on someone. Aries ladies, you may have your eye on someone. Okay, because this could be you. Okay? Keeping your eye on someone. Or you may be even keeping a lookout for, buying a new house, or planning a trip, or are moving, you're waiting to move or something like that, because you're looking back at the past, and she's pointing to the house. So you have that kind of going on. You kind of have this Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands can be a girl or guy, okay? It usually is, there's some Leo in their chart, there's some Sagittarius in their chart, there's some Aries, there's a lot of fire energy to them, okay? And they're a little bit aggressive. They come across as a little bit aggressive to people. So, guys and girls, you may be mid-September coming off to people as kind of aggressive, okay? You may rub people the wrong way. You may say things a little bit too brashly, You may be not paying attention to where you're going. You may be kind of going in 2 different directions, okay? Part of you emotionally is looking at the past. And then the other part of you, like maybe physically, like you may be driving along and you're thinking about the future. But emotionally, you're stuck in the past. So you need to kind of get like on the same page with yourself in September. Solidify and be like, okay, this is where I've been. This is where I am right now. This is where I want to be. And make sure you have the steps to get there, and really like open your mind, look at the possibilities. Don't limit yourself Um, and my guide is saying, okay, it's like part of the lesson, part of this karmic lesson that you have to learn has to do with this idea of the singular moment. And understanding that, and this is going to make me cry. I'm sorry, I've been emotional the last couple of days. And understanding that life isn't this one singular moment. It's not one thing that we come here to learn to do or to understand. It's much, much bigger. And there's so many more opportunities to grow when it's not this one thing. So if you're really, really focused on one thing, whatever that is, maybe you're focused on, maybe it's moving, or maybe it's finding a new relationship, or maybe it's traveling, or maybe it's getting a job. Realize that it's not, your life is not about that one moment. And it's not about that one thing. And it's not about achieving that one thing, okay? Because once you get to that one thing, you're just going to want to do another. But it's not this singular step. So I always tell people, it's not like you're not in a pond of lily pads to get to making one leap to the best lily pad that has, the house with the 5-car garage and the Porsche. It's not that one singular step. It's all those little ones in between, and it's all those things that you're going to do in between, all those lessons that you're going to learn in between on your journey here. So think bigger thoughts. It's not this one singular thing that you're here to do. And don't let anybody limit you, because I feel like in society, everybody wants to get you to pigeonhole you into that. Okay, you're like a chef, or you're like a sports car driver. You know what I'm saying? Or you're I don't know a pastry maker or something like that. It's not just that one thing that you're here to do. And so you can do it all. Aries tries to do too much sometimes, but really understand that it's not this singular thing that you're only here to learn and understand. And I feel like a lot of you have a lot of financial goals, which is good, but your financial goals have become like the only thing you care about. And it needs to be where there's more to your life than just finances, more to your life than just saving, more than to your life than just this moving to the bigger, better house. For some of you, not all of you, but some of you, it's a financial thing, and you're very financial oriented, finance material oriented. Because most people will tell you, the richest people in the world will tell you that money cannot buy you happiness, and it cannot buy you good health either. So you also have, in the position of your attitude, you have this card, which is a very fun social card, okay? So amidst all this chaos, you have this card here that says you want to go out and have fun. This is a time, end of September, where you just kind of want to have fun. Maybe you want to go shop, you want to go out with your friends. This is the girlfriend's card. This is going out for a glass of wine. This is being social, having fun, wanting to party, needing to go out, needing to have fun, needing to party. I want to say go easy on the alcohol. I don't know what I want to say that. I want to say go easy because there's a lot of water there, and our cups are overflowing. So really maybe limit yourself to like 1 or 2 glasses of alcohol. 1 or 2 shots at the most. And the outcome here is the King of Wands, which Aries guys, this is you, okay? Aries females, though, this is being determined, guys and girls, this is being very determined to get what you want and getting it. It's having a lot of energy. I feel like, for whatever reason, you can't let this bloody wanker get you down, because at the end of September, I feel like you are back in the saddle. Literally, you're back in the saddle, okay? Which means, A, you're getting it on. B, you just have your own, you're back in character, you have your fire back, you are back in charge, large and in charge, okay? And if you've had, if you felt drained or if you felt confused or if you felt lost, all of that is going to change really mid-September, okay? And in the end of September, you're going to be back right where you need to be, energetically speaking. I feel like you're going to be in a really, really good place because it's a fire card. So this is kind of what I like to see for the fire signs. It's a fire sign, they need to have some fire energy in order for them, I think, to feel good, to feel like themselves, to feel charged up, to feel motivated. I feel like the key word for you in September is motivation. Okay, so you need to do stuff that kind of gets you motivated. What motivates you, Aries? What is it that fires you up? Is it some music? Is it a cup of tea? Is it, a concert? Is it going out with your friends? What is it? Is it charity work? What is it that you're passionate about? Because you have a lot of fire energy to get you to that point where you feel really good about yourself and what you're doing and who you are in the world. So, and you have a lot of firepower to kind of get what you need done, okay? And you have the finances to do it. I feel like you're going to have the finances to do it. So this would be a really good time to start a business, okay? A really good time to travel, okay? You go very slow during the travel time, though. Okay, and make sure that you have a backup plan, okay, for your trip, okay. Typically I usually tell people to wait till after retrograde to travel, okay. But Aries, it feels like you may be traveling anyway, but also you have all the tools in the box necessarily to have a really good trip. And so don't let anybody in your life that's negative get you down. This is not the time to do so, okay? So overall, very, very positive. It's kind of like what I like to see, like I said. So I'm going to leave you there, and I think that's it. No, that's all. Yeah, so I'm just going to send you big hugs. Big hugs. Big kisses. And I will be back again in December. Did I say December? I meant October. October for your October 2015 horoscopes with my regular deck. So I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care. Thanks so much.